Dustin is talking about his past relationship and being cheated on. You know, I had my suspicions for a long time. I drove to her house after she did that sleepy goodnight call and she wasn't there. This was weeks after months of shady behavior, deleted conversations, unsaved numbers, calling.
Yeah, I heard this before. This is a classic example of this dude literally living a fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing that you're going to hear in this story that's going to be true. This guy basically was trying to be the ideal version of himself on the internet. Literally had a made-up internet personality that was his ideal version of what he would like to be in the real world. A wise person who's respected, who, you know, when they speak with authority on things. But Stephan Sterns is anything but that. I don't even think Stephan Sterns had a high self-esteem about himself. I don't really think he believed in himself. I don't really think that he held himself in high regard in the real world. But this was his mask right here. Listen to this.
Late at night and her turning over in bed as she would answer a text so that I couldn't see who it was. Basically all the red flags. When I finally caught her in the lie, we sat down, she confessed, and we broke up. She then worked very hard to win me back, begging my parents to talk to me. And then when I took her back, she cheated again and even laughed about it. I'm well enough endowed. You know, length and girth are pretty perfectly proportioned. Good looking by most standards. Knew my way around a woman's body very well.
You see that? You see him like boosting his ego with stuff that's just not true. Like we've seen Stephan Sterns. There's nothing in proportion about this guy. You know, look how he talks about it so well endowed. What? This dude is literally a psychopath, man.
An issue of me not satisfying her. She was unfortunately bipolar and unmedicated. So one of her symptoms while manic was hypersexuality, which basically meant that anytime she met a guy that was even slightly intrigued by her, she would end up screwing them, and this destroyed my self-confidence. This is almost 10 years ago, and my confidence has never recovered. I became depressed. I have trust issues. I swore off dating for almost 6 years straight while I just stewed in a broth of self-pity and depression. It's not a good look, and I regret those years of my prime. I wasted on people that just weren't worth it. My now girlfriend is thankfully one of my closest friends, and we are supportive of each other and trust each other. We've been happy for almost 2 years now. This was while he was dating Jennifer Soto.
Notice how some things about Jen's personality he interspersed inside and sprinkled inside of this fictional story that he made up. Bipolar, stuff like that. If anything, the only person I was doing the cheating was him.